So hi there guys, this is Leah from Happy Ham Ham. In today's video I'm going to be going over this here. So for anyone that isn't aware, this is what you call a bendy bridge. It is probably one of the most common and most used toys that you get in hamster cages, but you also use them in things like rabbits use them, rats and things like that as well will also use them. It's traditionally wood with the metal bits in between that make it bendable and things. Unfortunately, I actually lost a hamster because of these, so that's why I'm doing this video today. If you haven't seen my last video, it was a remembrance video to V, and I did explain that he got his leg caught in one of these. Now, a lot of us will use them not just as a bridge, but also as a wall divider. So you bend it into whatever shape it is you're wanting, and you'll put one side of substrate here, so let's say eco earth, and then the other side will be something like aspen or carefresh, and it's just a way to divide the substrates, and it makes it look more terrainial. It means that the hamster can climb and things like that, and it gives them something more to do. Unfortunately, V got his legs stuck in a small gap that unfortunately you wouldn't have noticed unless it was too late, and that's exactly what happened to V. In fact, you can see a gap right there. That would have been around the size that V had got his leg caught in. And like I said, you wouldn't have noticed that unless it was too late. So, I'm going to be going over some tips that you can do to hamster proof these and make them safer for your animals. If you are planning on using it like a substrate divider, like a wall, like what I do. So the first thing you can do is go to your local pet shop and pick up some stones. Now, these stones here, these ones are actually from a beach, but I would recommend going to your aquarium section at your pet shops rather than using something like this. This is just as an example. And what you do is just glue these all along the tops, like that. You just glue it all the way along. This would prevent any leg jams and things like that. The only problem is if you're doing that, you need to plan out the shape that you want the bridge to be in, so there's probably going to be some cage prepping involved, knowing what shape you're going into, what items are going in, that kind of thing, which for most people they wouldn't do that. The thing as well is you need to be careful. You need to use a pet safe glue, so you could use a flour mix, or you could use, most people use a glue gun, but you need to be absolutely careful and know that the glue you're using is 100% safe for your animals, especially if they're chewers. V used to actually chew his bendy bridge, so for that reason I wouldn't actually recommend that type of glue for a hamster that's a chewer. If you're using your bridge like an actual bridge, then you can see here that there is in fact little gaps here along. Now, there is obviously a chance that an animal could get his foot caught and actually hurt himself here. So what I would do is get a little bit of moss from, again, your reptile section at your pet shop and just wedge it right in there. Now, the obvious problem is that some animals will actually use this as nesting material. So if you are doing this, then you need to keep a close eye and make sure that the hamster isn't actually picking this out and using it for building nests. If they do, don't worry, just put more in. Someone did actually ask me quite recently, hi Cody, someone did actually ask if they could use decorative garden moss. Unfortunately not. The reason for that is because most of those things are actually dyed so that they're a different colour. I actually use it for my crafting and things like that. In fact, you can see some right here as to what I'm talking about. So you can see right there where there's actually decorative moss. Chances are, right there, you can see that's actually been dyed to make it a more vibrant green. So for that reason, you can actually use that type of moss. Just stick with reptile moss. Some of it might be wet. All you do is just sit it out of the bag and let it dry for a couple of days and then use it. So just shoving that in there like that. If you have a long-haired Syrian, make sure that you do definitely use that moss technique. After I announced what happened to V on a lot of the Facebook pages that I'm in, a lot of other people came forward saying that their Syrian hamsters were actually getting their fur caught in their bendy bridges, and as a result they were actually pulling out their fur. So the last alternative that you could do, which is what I'm doing, is just chucking it in the bin. I'm actually tipping all my bendy bridges, and I'm actually going to be making alternatives using solid walls. I've came up with a few ideas for dig pits and things like that. The sad part is it does mean that it will be square. It will be a complete and utter square. I won't be able to kind of bend it into different shapes, but after what happened to V, I'm far happier with having things squared than risking what happened again. So that's my advice, guys. That's my tips. I might make videos on how it is that I'm planning on making the wall dividers and things like that. They are very easy. They're just going to be simple squares and things like that. But if you guys are wanting to see that, then let me know. So just keep a very close eye on your bendy bridges, guys. Unfortunately, they're not as safe as what we'd initially thought. So yeah, I hope this video's been helpful to you. If you've had any similar experiences, let me know in the comments down below what you've done to help other people that have been and got bendy bridges and things like that. So yeah, guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.